So a good idea for today's practice to have a block handy. So sit yourself back in your chair and just make yourself really comfortable. You might like to turn those palms up to face the sky. Perhaps close down the eyes or keep a soft gaze. Start to tune into the breath. Just noticing what the breath is doing for you in this moment. Allowing yourself to unhook from your day so that you may be present here in your body with your breath. You might even like to bring your palms over the space of the heart. Feeling the breath, the rise and fall of the breath as it reaches into your hands. You might even experience the beating of your heart. And invite a more expansive breath now. The breath lifting the hands on the inhale, and there's a gentle returning to center on the exhale. Deep breath in, filling the lungs, and perhaps breathing out through the mouth with a sigh. Deep breath in through the nose, and out through the mouth with a gentle sigh. One more like this. And then releasing those hands back into the lap. Maybe blink the eyes open and let the gaze rest on your fingertips, just inviting a little movement here. And opening up your vision so you start to take in more of the room as though you have 360-degree vision. Just taking in all of the colors and the shapes. And then lift the gaze. On your in-breath, you're going to bring the hands to the heart and then open those hands wide, as though they are wings of the heart. So reaching those arms nice and wide. And then on your exhale, bring those hands and let the right arm cross over the left. The fingertips come towards the shoulders. And then exhale, let the chin drop towards the chest. And you might find a little movement here in the neck. So moving the head gently, releasing tension in the upper back, in the neck. And then inhale, lift the gaze and gently open those arms, open the wings of your heart, expansive here, maybe even lifting that gaze. And then as you breathe out, the arms will come into center, left arm over right, let those fingertips come towards the shoulders, lower the chin. Find a little movement in the head, releasing the neck. And then inhale, lift the chin, open the arms, take the gaze to the sky. And if it's okay for you, lifting those arms towards the sky, lift your heart towards the sky, lift your gaze, and then exhale, melt the arms down. Good. You're going to place your left hand on the chair, or maybe you could bring your left arm to a block. So we're coming into a side bend, and this is a really good option to have that arm on the block as you lift the right arm up and over, coming into your side bend here. Feeling that beautiful stretch into the right side. And then bring the arm back. And we'll take that onto the other side now. So just allowing the forearm to rest on the block, Other arm comes up and over. Take your side bend here. So really anchoring down through the left sit bones, reaching through the left fingers. And let the breath open that side of the body. And then floating the arms down, you can take that block to the floor. I'm going to draw my right knee now in towards my chest, hugging that right knee in. So you might like to seat yourself a little more forward on the chair, drawing right knee in towards the chest, sitting up nice and tall. Maybe start to flex and point the foot or draw some circles with the ankle. So a little compression into the side of the belly, helping with the digestion. We'll take that right leg over the left, so we're crossing our legs. You're going to reach through the left arm, take the left fingers or the left forearm on the outside of that right knee, and your other hand can come onto the back of the chair. Breathe length into the spine, grow tall through your spine, and allow the gaze to travel back. And then coming back to center, let's unravel those legs, maybe taking a hold behind the right thigh here. Start to extend the leg and bend the knee. So we're just taking some movement here into the knee joint. And then perhaps you can take that right ankle just above the left knee, allowing the right knee to draw down towards the earth as much as is comfortable for you, so that you begin to feel a stretch into the outer edge of that right leg. Breathe length into the spine. If you want a little more hinge from the hips, and fold forward. So it might be just coming forward an inch or two, and then coming up. Release the leg. And let's do the other side. Draw the left knee in towards the chest, letting the thigh press into the belly, creating a little compression. Maybe some movement in the ankle, flex and point, draw some circles. And then let's take that leg over the right, so our legs are crossed. You're going to reach through the right arm, take your right forearm or your hand to the right knee, and then opening your heart towards the left side. Breathe length into the spine, and maybe the gaze travels back. Big expansive breath into that left side. And then take the gaze forward, bringing your fingertips underneath or interlace those fingers underneath the thigh, and then bend and extend the leg. And then we'll take our ankle just above that bent knee. So we've got our left ankle on the right knee now, and sitting up nice and tall. Allowing the left knee to drop as much as is comfortable for you, hinge from the hips, and maybe take yourself a little forward. And then rise up, unravel, bring your feet to the earth. Allow your hands to rest in your lap, maybe close down the eyes and just take a moment to check in with the body. Deep breath in and sigh it out. And then bringing your hands to your knees or your thighs. I'm going to start with a little cat-cow here. So inhale, press your belly forward, broaden the collarbones, take the gaze to the sky. Exhale, curl the chin in round the spine. Nice and slow inhale, the tailbone slides back. Stretch the skin of the belly, open the throat, gaze up. Exhale, curl the chin to the chest, round the spine, maybe reach through the fingers. Let's do two more. Inhale, stretch the skin of the belly, gaze up. exhale, curl it in. Last one. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Beautiful. And coming back to a neutral spine. You could take that prop out from underneath your feet here. Seat yourself a little more forward on the chair so that your feet can land on the earth. And let's take those legs nice and wide. So we've got a fairly wide stance here. See if you can scoot your sit bones back a little so you're already in a little bit of a forward tilt. And then inhale, breathing length into the spine, and exhale. Bring the forearms to the thighs, maybe the fingertips together, the gaze towards the earth, stretching out the back body. Breathe length into the spine and exhale. Soften your belly towards your thighs. Using the support of your arms so you feel grounded, you feel connected. If you like, you could use that block on the floor in front of you to allow the hands to come to the block as you take this forward bend. You could even change the height of the block. And gently rising up, curl up through the spine. And let's bring those legs back together. We're going to take a hold of the chair behind us. So you want to kind of grab the back of the chair, the back of the chair, or the underneath part of the chair, so you can squeeze your shoulder blades together, broaden the collarbones, and take that gaze up. Really opening here through the front body. You want to squeeze those shoulder blades together and relax. Let's try for 2 more of those. So squeeze, broad collarbones, and relax. Squeeze and relax. Gorgeous. So could you bring your knee, your right knee up, left knee up towards the chest, and then release. So I'm leaning back a little bit here. This is a seated boat pose. So leaning back, draw your other knee towards the chest, and then release. So you'll feel that belly fire up. So let's try that again. 1 leg at a time, drawing belly towards the spine. And the other leg. And relax. And then maybe you could try both legs. So leaning back, maybe pick up 1 leg at a time, fire up that belly, and release. Good, have a little smile, it's all good. Let's try that again. Fire up the belly, hugging those inner thighs in towards each other, and release. And we can try 1 more. You can do 1 leg at a time, or you could do both together. A little bit of work for the belly, and release. Good. The thighs a rub, give the belly a rub. Let the hands return to the lap, closing down the eyes, feeling into your body. Perhaps bringing a little smile to the corner of your lips, the corner of your eyes. And then let's bring that block. So we're coming into a shape that's really good for our hip flexors, building up strength in the front of the thighs and the hip flexors. So I've placed my block just about just outside of the chair here on the right side, and I'm going to lift the right leg so you can feel that engagement in the front of the leg and into the hip flexors. I'm going to take the right leg up and over the block and then bring it back. So let's try that again. And nice and slow, slow lift. And slow on the way back. And then we'll try the other side. So bring the block, same position on the left side. So lifting the left leg, draw it up and over and back. And up and over and back. And you might notice a difference between your right side and your left side. And relax. Beautiful. Give those thighs a rub. And then planting the feet, let's take our right heel up. So we're lifting that right heel, so we're on the ball of the right foot and the toes. You're going to start to circle through the ankle. So you're kind of pouring the weight into one side of the foot and then the other. Just a little rotation and then change directions. And then let's do the other side. So lifting left ankle, a little roll through the ankle, and one side might be more difficult than the other. I'm noticing this side is a little trickier for me. And then lift the right heel and the left toes. Left toes, right heel. So it's kind of like you're walking on the spot. So the opposite toes to heel. Really grounding down through those feet. Noticing your connection to the earth. You could even imagine that you're walking in sand. And then plant those feet. You're going to press your big toes down and lift your other toes. It's a little yoga for the toes here. Press all of your other toes down and lift the big toes. Plant the big toes, lift all of your little toes. Little toes down, lift the big toes. And have a giggle, it is all good. So even if this isn't happening for you, just with the intention of it happening, visualize it in your mind. It's really important to keep those neural pathways down from the brain down to the toes, because our brain forgets we have toes. So we're going to plant the feet now that the feet are nice and awake, and we're going to come into a standing position. So it's a sit to stand here. So you can use the chair for a little support if you need, or you could bring your hands to your thighs. You're going to pour the weight into the knees and then stand up. And then we're going to exhale to come back into the chair, lower, 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 until you come to your seat. So you could bring the arms in front of you and kind of pull yourself up, push down into those feet, draw energy up from the feet to the crown of the head, and then we lower, keep a strong connection to the earth, the belly drawing towards the spine, and come to that seat. Let's try a couple more. So pressing down and lift, and slowly lower. Pressing into the feet, rise up, and drawing your sit bones back, nice and slow, and lower. Gorgeous. Coming to that standing position, and let's stay here, bringing the feet underneath the hips, soft across the top of the shoulders, just noticing your natural standing shape here this morning. Draw awareness through the feet. Maybe you feel as though you are leaning forward or back. Maybe you feel a little heavier in your left side or your right side. Notice how it feels to be in your body just as you are. Lovely. And could you bring that block now, blinking the eyes open, grab that block and place it between your thighs. So you want to find that nice distance between your feet. You're going to firm the block between the thighs, and you'll notice when you do that it changes the position of the feet. It changes the positioning of your hips. So really pressing that block, you might notice the glutes naturally fire up, the low belly firms, you might feel a drawing up on your pelvic floor, and it completely changes your posture, changes your standing shape. So notice what you notice. Maybe you feel stronger, maybe you feel lighter. then taking that block out, coming back to your standing shape, and once again noticing how it feels to be here. Sometimes when we wake up other parts of the body, it changes our alignment. So see if you notice any changes. Gorgeous. Take a little pad down through the feet, so you can blink those eyes open. A little pad down through the feet. A little sway side to side. You could close the eyes or you can keep them softly open, as though you were a piece of seaweed. And begin to step those feet a little wider. So just let the body naturally go where it wants to go. Maybe this is a sideways sway. Maybe it starts to become a little bit of a twist, a little more dancey, a little more floaty. Let the arms do as they will. You could imagine that you are on the ocean floor, like a piece of seagrass moving with the tide. And then this movement gets a little bigger. You can let the arms come out. You can start to bend more into the knees. And then gently allow yourself to come back to center. Step those feet under the hips and find your mountain pose and notice what you notice. Often we are storing tension and tightness in our bodies and we're not even aware of it. And when we move our bodies, we just release that tension. And so the experience of our body becomes quite different. Blinking the eyes open. Great. So we're just going to take our chair now and stand at the back of the chair. So you come around to the backs of your chair and you're going to have your fingertips lightly touching the chair. And make sure that those ankles are underneath your hips, so all of your joints are in alignment. And you're going to lift up through the crown of your head as you draw the heels up. So you're coming to your tippy toes and then slowly lower the heels. Good. So let's do maybe 3 or 4 of these. So imagine that you've got a piece of string drawing your head towards the sky. So lifting up here, up through the crown of the head, and lower slowly. So rising up, feel that line through the center of your body lifting you up and gently lower. And rise up. And lower. Gorgeous. Walk it out. And then pour the weight into your right leg. Take the left leg out to the side. Just gonna move that block. So the left leg coming out to the side. You want to feel the side muscles engage and then draw that leg back to center. So lifting the leg, you'll feel the glutes, piriformis, and the IT band here on the leg. We'll do that again. And come back. And we'll draw some little circles, both directions. And then maybe you can swing that leg in front of the body. And release the leg down and come back to your standing shape and notice what you notice, where you feel that you've worked your body. And often the supporting leg is the one doing the work here. So don't be surprised if you feel it on this side. So then let's take the right leg out. and draw it back. So we're using the muscles here on the outer hip to help us lift that leg. And one more. And then let's draw some little circles. Take it in both directions. And then you want to take that leg across the body. Let it cross in front of you. Ooh. And come back to center. Have a little walk. Release the hands. Come back to your mountain pose. Imagine you've got that block between your thighs. So you're pressing down through your big toe mound, little toe mound, the sides of the feet, the heels. Draw the arches up, filling that line through the center of your body, as though you've got a block here between your thighs. Those thighs are active, inner thighs active. And then you'll feel the glutes lightly engage, the low belly turn on. Maybe you feel a little taller through the spine. Soft shoulders, soft face. Feel your strength, your capability, and your determination. And then let's finish here with a little chair pose, tree pose. So we're going to take that left leg out to the side and then slide the left heel in towards your right shin. So your left toes can be on the floor here. So I'll just demonstrate this here. Your left toes can be on the floor, or you could bring them to your shin. Nice. So when you feel balanced, you're going to take your right arm up, reach through your right fingertips, finding that beautiful diagonal stretch through the body. If you feel balanced, set your gaze on the floor, and then maybe you can take the other arm up. Bring both hands back down to the chair. And let's try that on the other side. So you'll take your right foot out, slide the right heel in. Your right toes might remain as they are. They might come to the shin. You'll reach through the left arm. Set your gaze maybe 1 meter or 2 in front of you. And if you feel balanced, you can take your other arm up. And then release your hands, release your leg, walk it out. Little knee, one knee forward and then the other. And then come back to your seat. So we'll take ourselves to our chair, bringing the hands to the lap. Take a deep breath in and sigh that breath out. Another deep breath in and sigh. Last one. Fill the lungs. Lovely. So if you feel more comfortable with a block or something underneath your feet for relaxation, please bring something underneath your feet now. You might like a little blanket for your lap or over your shoulders so you're nice and warm. Feel free to seat yourself back in your chair so you feel really comfortable. Let those elbows come underneath the shoulders and the palms face up in the lap. Feeling down into your seat, all of those areas where you connect to the surface beneath you. Feeling into your feet, your legs, your pelvis. And from this place, feel as though you're growing tall through your spine, crown of the head, lifting to the sky. There's a light dip in the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. The shoulders are heavy. And then tune back into the breath. Let the body set the pace. so that you release control, just allowing your body to set the pace of the breath. A natural, easy breath here. When you find your mind wandering, guide your attention back to your breath. Now send your awareness through your body, noticing how you feel after your practice. All of those areas that you have stretched or strengthened, areas where you feel ease, areas where you feel alive. Take a deep breath in and perhaps sigh the breath out through the mouth. And you can gently open your eyes but keep the gaze low, and once again maybe open up that peripheral vision, letting your vision blur, and you can tap your thumb on your fingertips. And then gently lifting your gaze. You can bring your hands over the space of your heart into Anjali Mudra. Thank you for joining me for this practice. May you have a beautiful day. Namaste.